okay? You can't play the victim when you're putting yourself in position to be analyzed as the villain with your behavior. Her reaction to that foul by Caitlin Clark was not the reaction of someone who understands this is basketball.
From Caitlin Clark's perspective, she's irritated because the refs missed a call, and she's like, I'm not allowing an easy two. I'm coming over and
fair hard foul. Fair hard foul. And it's a flagrant foul because your intention is to like come down hard.
But when I'm talking about Angel Reese, she can't act like people are making her the villain when she chose that role.
And look out, Caitlin.
Are we seriously calling that a flagrant foul? Because if that's a flagrant, then half the league needs to be locked up. Caitlin Clark gets whistled for playing smart, hard-nosed basketball, and Angel Reese. She sold that contact like she was up for an Oscar. Let's be honest, the refs didn't just make a bad call. They lit a fuse. What they thought was punishment turned out to be a straight-up rally cry for the Indiana Fever. This wasn't just about free throws. It was about respect.
Clark, punish!
And the message was loud. Flop hard enough, and you might just get the whistle. But be ready for what comes next. Because from that moment on, Clark and the Fever flipped the switch. That flagrant didn't shake them. It sharpened them. It was the moment Chicago thought they caught a break, but all they did was wake the beast. And when you poke the bear, don't be surprised when the whole forest starts burning. Was this the worst officiating moment of the season, or the best mistake the Fever could have asked for? Stick around. It only gets nastier from here. This wasn't just another regular season matchup. This was the game everybody circled the second the schedule dropped. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, two of the most talked about rookies in WNBA history, and two of the most polarizing names in women's basketball right now. They've been linked since college. Remember that now legendary March Madness final? Clark dropped 30. Reese hit her with the "you can't see me." The memes broke the internet. The think pieces, endless. And ever since, it's been subtle digs, viral clips, and non-stop comparisons. Reese is the physical enforcer, all fire and presence in the paint. Clark is the long-range sniper, dishing dimes and draining logo threes like it's light work. This matchup wasn't just Fever versus Sky. This was swagger versus sniper, the enforcer versus the finesse, and fans knew it. Reddit threads were already cooking before tip-off. This is turning into the WNBA version of Magic versus Bird, but with more TikToks and flops. Reese and Clark need their own docu-series. This is reality TV with a scoreboard. And the media? Oh, they fanned the flames. From ESPN to TikTok, the hype was insane. Some wanted blood, some wanted redemption, but everyone wanted drama. Because this wasn't just a game. This was a showdown between two players who define the new era of the W. And whether you love them or hate them, you're watching. And that's what makes it real. Let's talk about how this game started. Because Indiana didn't just show up, they showed out. Barely minutes into the first quarter, Caitlin Clark pulled up from deep. No, like deep. We're talking logo land. And she cashed it. First logo bomb of the WNBA season, and it was vintage Caitlin. Smooth release, ice cold. Follow through, crowd going feral. It wasn't just a shot, it was a statement. But here's where things get scary. This Fever team, they're not just riding Caitlin's coattails. This is not a one-woman show. Kelsey Mitchell, straight up blur. Her transition speed was illegal in 12 states. She was slicing through Chicago's defense like they were stuck in slow motion. And Aaliyah Boston, a brick wall with finesse. She dropped her 100th career block against Angel Reese. And you could practically hear the basketball gods whisper, "Poetic justice." Credit where it's due, Angel came out swinging. She was aggressive early, crashing boards and trying to set a tone. But the Fever didn't blink. They built a 22-7 lead like it was nothing. Not because they were hot, but because they were connected. The ball moved. The defense rotated. Lexi Hull, aka Lexi Hustle, was diving for steals and finishing on the break. Clark was threading passes through traffic like she had cheat codes. This wasn't just talent, it was chemistry. This was what happens when elite vision meets elite hustle. And by the end of the first, Indiana wasn't just in control, they were announcing themselves. The league better take notes. The Fever are building something dangerous. And it's just getting started. This is where everything shifted. Midway through the third, the Sky were trying to claw their way back, down 14, clinging to hope. Then it happened. Angel. Reese gets the ball in transition and clearly shoves Natasha Howard out of the way, like arm extended, obvious push-off. Caitlin Clark sees it, yells at the ref, no whistle. So Clark does what any smart hooper with court awareness would do. She fouls hard to stop the bucket. Not dirty, not dangerous, just basketball 101. Especially when you're fouling someone who's, let's be real, not automatic from the line. But then, the flop. Angel hits the deck like she just got clotheslined by WWE Primetime. Rolls, grimaces, puts on a whole Broadway performance. And the refs, they bite. Flagrant foul. On Caitlin Clark, bruh. The internet detonated. Twitter was on fire. Refs are doing PR for Angel Reese at this point. That was a regular foul and a world-class flop. Give her an Oscar, not free throws. Clark fouled her like it was 2003 NBA, and I respect it. Reddit threads flooded with slow-motion breakdowns like it was a Zapruder film. Commenters zooming in frame by frame like, you can literally see her jump after the contact. This ain't ballet, fam. What's wild? That Flagrant was supposed to help the Sky. It was the refs giving them a lifeline, but instead, they lit a fuse. They didn't rattle Caitlin Clark. They woke up the whole Fever squad. That call wasn't a punishment. It was an invitation to chaos. The Flagrant was supposed to slow things down, give the Sky a breather, maybe even a chance to make a run. Instead, it was like someone hit the rage mode cheat code on Indiana. What followed wasn't just dominance, it was a basketball beatdown disguised as a masterclass. Just minutes after the call, Aaliyah Boston, cool as ever, drains a three like. She's stretching before the real work. The next possession, Clark threads a dime so clean it could have cut glass, and boom, another layup. Suddenly the Fever aren't just playing, they're performing. The lead, gone from 14 to 20 like, it was nothing. Momentum, fully hijacked, and the fan reactions, absolutely unhinged. They really made Caitlin mad. Pray for the Sky. This Flagrant aged like spoiled milk. Refs gave the Fever a mixtape moment. It's a wrap. Clark goes full orchestrator. She's not even forcing shots. She's letting the game come to her. Distributing, directing, dominating. Kelsey Mitchell's slicing through the defense like it's cones. Natasha Howard is erasing shots. Boston's eating rebounds like she's at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Every possession feels like a highlight. Every pass feels like a statement. It's not just basketball. It's a full-on cinematic explosion. You can feel the crowd surging. The bench hyped, the camera shaking. That Flagrant foul didn't break Indiana's rhythm. It became the rhythm. It didn't wake a player, it unleashed a movement. Let's be clear, this wasn't just a win. This was a line in the sand. A warning shot to the rest of the WNBA that the Indiana Fever are done being the undercard. They're here to headline, young, fast, fearless. This team moves like they've been playing together for 5 seasons, not 5 games. The ball movement is crisp, the defense is locked in, and the chemistry? It's already giving shades of dynasties in the making. Aaliyah Boston is anchoring the paint like she's 10 years into a Hall of Fame career. Kelsey Mitchell is a blur in transition. Natasha Howard is doing the dirty work, like a seasoned vet. And Caitlin Clark, she's the conductor of the chaos, and yes, she's still a rookie. But this is starting to feel a lot like Steph dropping 54 at Madison Square Garden. like LeBron's first revenge game back in Cleveland. It's not just highlights. It's not just numbers, it's a shift, a glimpse into what's coming. Clark is playing chess while others are still learning the board. Triple doubles, logo threes, vision that makes defenders freeze. This is the beginning of a legacy arc. One we'll be referencing for years. And here's the truth. No one wants to admit yet. The WNBA isn't ready for the fever to become must-see TV, but it's happening anyway. This wasn't just Caitlin versus Angel. This was Indiana versus expectation. Run it back. Mid-third. The shove. The stare. The whistle. Flagrant. That moment was supposed to shift momentum, tilt the game back to Chicago, but instead, it lit a fuse. Cue the montage. Clark launching logo threes like heat-seeking missiles. Dimes flying left and right. You get a bucket, you get a bucket. The fever running like it's a track meet, and the sky stuck watching. Now we gotta ask, was that flagrant fair, or was it the worst call of the season? Did the refs just accidentally create the WNBA's next juggernaut? Because let's be real, this doesn't feel like a team still figuring things out. This feels like a squad with receipts, with revenge arcs, with something to prove. And this rivalry? Oh, it's just heating up. Angel versus Caitlin is more than basketball now. It's culture, it's cliques, it's personal. So hit the comments, drop your take. Was Clark out of line? Did Reese flop? Or are we just watching the most electric storyline the league's had in a decade? And don't get it twisted. They tried to stop Caitlin Clark with a whistle. All they did was start a wildfire. New episodes every week. Hot takes, highlight breakdowns, and drama so good it deserves its own reality show. Smash that subscribe button like it's a Caitlin Clark logo 3. This ain't just a season. This is the season. And the Fever didn't just win, they rewrote the script.